Okay. So let me just start with in case the file is not an SPSS file and you are now importing it, you go to file and then we have import data. It's an Excel. You import an Excel sheet and then you continue. But for this one, we have already been given the SPSS file, which has been coded already. So we can just move straight away. Now, one thing is with the test, definitely the fact that we have the dates of birth of the participants over here means they'll probably ask us of their age. So before I even started, I decided to code for, compute the age, and then there is weight, there is height. They probably ask for BMI. So I'll compute all those variables before I start, right? Before I compute the variables, when you come down here, you have data view and variable view. When you come to the variable view,
So
when you come to the variable view, you can see the various parameters that we looked for in the population, the HB genotype, and whether they smoke or not, whether in state or out state. So with them, we have the values also. Now the values is where they are coded for. For example, when you come to the genotype, you see that 1 is coded for AA, 2 is coded for AS, 3 is for SC, sorry, and then 4 for SS. So that is why if you want to code, for example, new one, that's where you come. You assign values and then their labels. Then when you look here at the measure, you can see that we have one that has something like a ruler, and then one that has balloons that form a triangle. And the ones with the ruler are continuous variables. And the ones with this, these icons are the categorical variables. So now for age, we can compute age by going to transform. Now, under normal circumstances, when you know someone's year of birth or date of birth, you can calculate their age by just subtracting that year from the current year. So that's exactly what we are going to do now. So to compute that, we have the dates of births already. We have their dates of births already over here. So what we can do is just go to transform. Then we come to the date and time wizard. We want to calculate with dates and times next. Then calculate the number of time minutes between 2 dates next. So now we are supposed to subtract the person's year of birth from the current year. So we're going to click on current date and move it to date 1. Then minus, click on the person's date of birth, move it here. Our unit is in years, so we just go to next. Now we want to name the variable. It's age that we are coding for, so let's type it in as age. And the label will also be age. Then we finish. So when you come to the very bottom of the data set, you're going to see the ages of the participants over there, calculated nicely for you. Now, for example, like I said, we have weight and then you have height over there. So definitely, you might probably ask something about BMI. So you come here, you look at your weight, you look at your height. The height is supposed to be in centimeters, actually. They were meters, but it's supposed to be centimeters. So to calculate any variable, that requires like a formula, right? For example, BMI is weight over height in meters squared. For example, if you want to calculate maybe velocity and then you have the various parameters of velocity using a formula, there is a way you do it. Now you can go to transform. Let's go to transform. Then you want to compute a variable. Now the variable you want to compute is BMI. So over here, target variable, write BMI there. So this is going to be our work area. We are going to input our formula over here. We are supposed to input our formula over here. So BMI is actually weight over height in meters squared. So we are going to first click on weight and move it in here. Then our division sign. And since our height is in centimeters, we want to change it into meters and also square it. So let's use a parenthesis or bracket. Then we click on height, we put height in here. The height is in centimeters, so to get it in meters, we divide by 100. And then when we come out of the parenthesis, this one here is an exponent. So the double asterisk is for exponent and then we square it. So this is going to be our formula for BMI. We have written the name of our target variable BMI, inputted the formula, and then we can go to OK. And BMI will be computed for over here nicely. So that is how you compute for a variable. Now, for the labeling of variables, let me just touch on that quickly. For example, if we want to code, let me use gender again. Now, gender is a categorical variable. It has already been labeled. I'll just remove them so that I can do them again. So now for a categorical variable, right, if you want to give them labels, now we know gender is male and female, right? Now we want to assign males as 1 and then females as 2. So, for example, if gender was not coded already, now I've cleared it, so it's not coded. When you come here, you just click on the box that is corresponding to the gender. Click on these 3 dots, and then we want to assign males as 1. So we type in male here, male. We assign 1 to it, and we add. Then females as 2. So female, and then we add. Then we see. So when we come back to the data view, let's find where the gender is. Now, this particular tool over here, when you click on it, it changes from the coded variables and then their labels. So their values, labels, values, labels, values, and labels. All right. Bear in mind that